What's up, Adventure Babes? Erica L. Martin here. Just walking back from a super slam-packed day of awesomeness. And got my good workout in today, got a ton of work done, getting prepared for a super busy 2 weeks. I have a lot of learning events that I'm going to be attending to grow my mind. And as I'm walking back, I got really inspired thinking about this one thing. I realized, because I'm making some big decisions in my life right now, some very exciting decisions, many of which all of you who are watching this could benefit from. And I realized that every big decision I've ever made in my life, and every decision that I've coached our clients through and helped them and held their hand along the way. And, ultimately my goal is just to help you line up with what you really want and then help you, share with you what I would do if I was in your shoes, or what I've done when I've been in your shoes, or what I've coached others to do in your shoes. And truly, it comes down to one thing. Any choice, any decision that you make comes down to choosing between what you want now and what you want most. So how does that show up in different ways? Well, if you want to be healthy and you want to be fit, then every time that you make a decision regarding your nutrition or regarding working out or regarding taking care of your body, are you choosing what you want now, or are you choosing what you want most? How powerful is that vision you have? Now, that's one aspect. In business, it's totally different ball game, totally different mindset there. So let's dive into that a little bit. In business, it's all about risk versus reward, and it's about the opportunity to go forward boldly and fearlessly. And sometimes it's impossible to go anywhere fearlessly because it's just a scary place out there in the land of entrepreneurship, especially when you're just getting started. But ultimately, you do have the choice. And a lot of times, and especially this has showed up in my life, what it comes down to for me is, do I want the feeling of safety and security? Or do I want the ultimate goal of a happy, healthy, balanced life that I can live a life that I love by being able to travel, by being able to serve my purpose, which is to help as many people as possible find their passion and get their big idea out there. And which one do I want most? Do I want to feel safe, or do I want to continue to go for it and take inspired action and step forward into fear and move forward with confidence? Which one do I want to do? Because I can tell you this, and no matter what level you play the game, there's always going to be fear associated. I had 2 fantastic coaching calls today with clients of mine, and each of them in different ways had different ways that they were scared and different levels at which they were playing. But here's the funny thing. My one client's in Maine, and when they first came on board as a coaching member of mine and I first started giving them advice, they were really nervous and really scared, and it was the biggest investment they've ever made in coaching, but they just stepped forward and decided to do it, and they bet on themselves. And we worked together, and their business grew exponentially. I mean, talk about like a hockey stick. That's what it looked like within the first year. Well, now we have a coaching call and almost a year later. And the great thing is they told me, that their investment in coaching at this point in the game, they can't even picture a life without it, because it's so important to them to have that confidence, to know that somebody has their back, somebody's been there before, somebody's made all the mistakes. So when it comes down to it, and they have to make a decision, it's not just up to them or friends or family or everybody's opinion or the peanut gallery, that they have a coach on their team. So that was awesome to hear. But the other thing that was interesting is they're still facing the same type of fear as before. They're still facing the same type of feeling as when they weren't as successful and at the high level that they are now. Now, they're getting ready to jump up to the very next level. And the feeling, whether it's here or here, is exactly the same. That's the crazy part. So what I would invite you to consider are two things from this message. One is anytime you make decide between what you want now and what you want most. What I want now is not to get hit by a car. Thank you. I'm crossing the street. Deciding between what you want now and what you want most, which avenue will help you get to what you want most, or is there a creative and innovative way that you can make it happen? And the second thing is, when you are feeling uncomfortable, you must get comfortable being uncomfortable, because anytime you go through a growth phase, the feeling is exactly the same. It doesn't matter if you have $1 in your pocket. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million in your pocket. If you are growing and you're going to the next level, it's not about money. It's not about time. It's not about resources. It's about getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Because anytime you grow, it's never easy, it's never smooth. There's always something that's going to disrupt. There's always something that's going to try and prevent you from going to that next level. It's old habits, it's old relationships, it's old ways of doing business, it's outdated marketing, it's outdated friends, whatever it is. So the power is when you can feel that uncomfortable feeling and associate it as a good thing. Say, wow, I am really uncomfortable right now. I'm totally out of my comfort zone. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, whatever it is. Like, put a name to it. And then follow that with, this is a really good thing. This means that I'm growing. If I wasn't growing, if I wasn't successful, I wouldn't feel this way. So your choice is you can stay the same and do things the way you've always done and play it safe and be comfortable and continue to live that life and have the same complaints and have the same story and the same sad song. Or you can bite the bullet. You can take the leap. You can get comfortable being uncomfortable. And most of all, make sure that you don't get hit by cars. Aw, this guy's nice. He's stopping for me. But that's my encouragement to you. That's my little lesson for the day. I'm almost home, and I just felt really inspired to share that with those of you. Hey, Mike, I see you on there. This guy, by the way, Mike, is getting comfortable being uncomfortable. What I can tell you about Mike is I met him in Las Vegas in July, and Mike was working by the elevator of the hotel where I was staying, and he was just this super gregarious, outgoing dude, and was very friendly and struck up a conversation with me and was just interested in why I was there. I was there for a convention at a different hotel, and I asked Mike, you know, he was asking me sorts of questions, and I realized that he had this entrepreneurial spirit in him. And I have to tell you guys, I have a knack for finding the entrepreneurial spirit inside of people. And I asked Mike, you know, man, if you could do anything, what would you do? And he goes, you know, I would speak to people and I would motivate them, and I've always wanted to be a speaker, but I don't know how I can make money doing that. I don't know how I can make that happen. Well, here's the cool thing about Mike. Just this week, I saw a video of this guy. I gave him some action steps. You know, I gave him some things to do, and I was like, we'll see if he does it. He followed those directions so to the T. He aligned himself with the right people. He found an awesome mentor who I recommended. Shout out to you, Arel Moody. And this dude went out and did his first legit speaking gig. I saw a video of it, and he was a freaking rock star, and he brought his little girl with him. And what a fantastic example this guy is setting for his kid. So anyway, Big shout out to you, Mike, and it's people like you that inspire positive change. It's people like you that make things happen and do big things in this world. So all of you, be like Mike. If you ask for advice, make sure that you take it and you run with it, and you always, always take inspired action. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.